Hey guys, how's it going? While scrolling online a few days ago, I stumbled upon a random game that just so happened to release a demo at the time. If you've seen the title of the video, I'm pretty sure you know what the title of the game is as well, so no use installing. It's called Moonstone Island. So, Moonstone Island, if you've never heard of it before, is sort of like a creature collecting life sim. So it was made by Studio Supersoft and was published by Raw Fury. So it kind of feels like Stardew Valley meets Pokemon meets Slay the Spire. It sounds like a lot, but you'll see what I mean later. If you'd also like to check out the game, the full release hasn't come out yet. However, on their Steam page, as I've mentioned, there is a demo that you could download that is pretty substantial. I think there's quite a lot to do. It's a blast, and you should definitely give it a try. But if that's still not enough to convince you, then let's move on to the rest of the video. So, Moonstone Island is a game where you play as a young alchemist about to set out on your journey to go to an academy and to become a full-fledged alchemist like your parents. But, in the demo at least, that journey is cut short as you encounter some problems on your magical flying broom and crash. You find yourself on an island in the middle of the sky in a small town. Um, Based on the map, I'm assuming that this is Stone Island. And when you get to this island, one of the people you're going to meet is Osono, who runs the tavern and is actually the first person you're going to meet. Aside from Osono, there are people like Gianna, Paolo, and Farah. Of course, there are others as well, and there might be new characters to come in like future updates or in the full release. But I'll leave that up to you to find out and explore on your own. And in case you're wondering, like Stardew Valley, yes, you can romance the characters. In Moonstone Island, though, it works a little bit differently. So when you talk to these people, you have three dialogue options. You have chat, joke, or flirt. Each of them have their own success rates, and if you succeed, they get additional points. If you don't, they get reduced some points. So your affection will go up or down depending on your luck in conversation. And if you want, you can go on a date with them. You can choose where to go with them if you want, and of course, it also has different success rates. So if you can, you could even go on a date with them and have a unique interaction that would probably give you a little more insight to their backstory or into their character. Or if you're like me, you're just going to get rejected a bunch of times. Aside from all the dating and the towns, there's other things that you can do. There's exploring other islands, which, if I'm understanding correctly, is randomly generated. So if you go to the left or if you go right and explore different islands, if you were to start a new game, it will be completely different. There are also different biomes which you can explore. Personally, I've only experienced a few, one of them being swamp biome where there are poisonous gases and the environment can hurt you. But other than that, there might be some more biomes that you can explore, but I just personally haven't experienced it just yet. As far as exploration goes, it is locked for now since, of course, it is a demo. There's an area that I couldn't fully explore right now, and I was told by the Magic Man to just basically go away because the full game isn't released yet and I should not be here. But aside from the overworld, there are other places to explore. There's mines where you can get ores, there's other mobs there that you can fight as well. There's also treasure chests that you can loot. I also do appreciate that they give you a treasure chest counter, so you know how many treasure chests there are in the dungeon, and you're not gonna be wandering around checking every nook and cranny because of FOMO. And then, other than that, there are also dungeons. So, in these dungeons, you're going to meet these giant rock people. I don't know really what they do. I am really now interested in what the lore is going to be about. But nonetheless, you meet them there, you have to fight them at some point. There's puzzles, there's exploration. It's a really fun game so far, and I'm really enjoying the combat. So, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of like Slay the Spire. So, it's a deck building game that has like cards that you're going to use for combat that give you different skills, and as you level up, you can either upgrade your cards or you can get new cards that will add more variety to your deck, or you can start comboing different cards. And as I mentioned, it is similar to Pokemon in the fact that you can capture monsters. So, all of these monsters in the wild that you're going to meet, you will be able to capture them using things that we call flags. So, flags are these plants that you're going to find usually growing by the side of like water areas. So, you pick them up and you can feed them to monsters that you're going, or as they call them here, spirits that you're going to find in the world. And if you give them these flags, eventually you can tame them and you can add them to your party, which will add new kinds of cards, new kinds of attacks, and eventually new combos. And you'll be able to build a deck that will probably be able to crush your opponents very easily if you can build it properly. So that's one aspect of the game that I really love. I really love these card-based like deck building like mechanic. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. Other than that, aside from all the fighting and dungeon crawling, mining, there's also the normal casual farming life where you can just plant crops, you can grow, and the thing is you can sell stuff using the sell crate that you're given to build, or you can just use them. So these items are actually very useful in the field. So if you need more energy, you can eat one fruit. If your like spirit is low on health, you can give them an apple. So this gives more purpose to farming other than just to give you money. It's also so you can have resources that you can bring out into the field. And you can also most likely use them to craft potions. There is a very big alchemy part to the game. I just haven't really been able to experience it as of yet. And another part of the game is its progression system. So we have a skill tree, which activates a sort of a level up for your main character every time you go to bed. So when you go to bed, you're going to access this tree, which has a lot of different kinds of skills. So if you level certain skills up, you could make farming easier, you could make crafting easier, you could make exploring or fighting a little bit easier. There was a skill, I believe, that lets you avoid enemies that are lower level than you, so you don't have to keep wasting your time getting into encounters. There's one of the parts of the skill tree I actually really like is that there's a part of the skill tree that makes socializing easier. So it makes it that you can have a higher success rate when choosing a certain dialogue option, or you can have higher affection points when you succeed, so you can level up your affection with these characters a lot faster. So aside from that, aside from the character, other than that, there's the weird magic man. I've already mentioned him before, but he also lives in a giant chicken house that moves around, and I don't really know what that's all about. But to sum it all up, there's just so much to do in Moonstone Island, and it seems really fun and exciting just hits all the right spots for me. I can have a fun, casual game, but also could also get really sweaty in some complex combat where I could customize all the little things about my deck to make it more powerful and just stomp on all the enemies in front of me. I mean, it just feels really, really good to me. It's like a really solid game. And this is just the demo. So if you're like me and all of these things really line up with you too, and you love all of these things, you should definitely check out the link in the description to try the demo for yourself, and then add the game to your wish list so you get notified as soon as this game, full game, hits Steam. I'm really looking forward to see what the game will be when it finally comes out, what changes they're gonna make, what kind of content they're gonna add. I'm gonna really enjoy like learning more about the characters and about the world around me and learning about all the lore that there is there. I feel like there's a lot of like storytelling that's gonna be happening in this game as well. I'm just personally really, really excited to play the full version of Moonstone Island, and I really wanted to just share this game with you guys because I don't know who's aware of this game at this point, but I just personally really wanted to let more people know about it. But that's all from me for now. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and maybe hit that subscribe button. I'm planning to upload more videos sometime soon about random things. I'm not too sure yet what kind of content I want to make. But if you have any ideas, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will definitely look into it. I'd really appreciate it. But that's all from me, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!